What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Speakeasy Scorecard. I'm your host, Jared, and today we have something really special. I felt like we needed a benchmark episode, and who better to be our benchmark than three-time MVP Aaron Judge. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. For those of you who are new to the Speakeasy Scorecard, definitely go back and check out our other episodes. But basically what we're doing here is we're going to look at stats and metrics that drive collectability. So we're not talking about necessarily winning baseball games, but we're talking about driving the hobby, things that you might not find on paper as well, like charisma and where they play, and things like that. But let's get into it here with Aaron Judge. I've been excited to do this one. Again, coming off back-to-back MVPs, 2025, another huge year, 53 home runs. He hit 331, OPS of 1.14, 688 slugging. If you look at these numbers just over the past 3 years, absolutely phenomenal. So let's get into our scorecard. And if you've been here before, these are our 5 categories that I'm using. We'll show their stats, and then we'll award them some points, and we'll see where they land on the big board afterwards. And are they going to be a player that I put in my stash box, people that I want to collect that I'm not quite sold on yet, or vault players? We probably have an idea of where Judge is going to end up. First up, WRC Plus, Aaron Judge had a 204. So that means that he was twice as good as the players that he was out on the field with. WRC Plus, the league average, they have it at 100. So he was twice as good as league average. So very impressive. No question. He gets a 10 there. Next up, the barrel percentage. And this is a combination of exit velocity and vertical angle. So this is tracking things like how hard you're hitting the ball and are you hitting it at the correct angle to get extra base hits, home runs. And these are the things that drive highlights. And as I say, drive highlights and drive collectability, drive the hobby. So barrel percentage 24.7. Anything over 15% is elite. Aaron Judge is doing it at a whole nother level. So we're going to give him 10 points for that. The only knock on Aaron Judge, K percentage, a little bit higher than you'd like. But when you're putting up those kind of numbers, does it even matter? So this is going to be his only drop-off here. 23.6%, a little risky there. As I said in my video about Elly, the higher your K percentage, meaning that you're not going to put the ball in play, that's not necessarily for Judge, but other players, it could prolong your slumps, because at least when you're putting the ball in play, anything could happen to kind of spark you. So we're only going to give him a 4, so we do have a little bit of a fall off here, but we're going to pick it right back up with the expected WOBA of 460. So anything above 400, extremely elite. Expected WOBA evaluates a player's overall offensive production and takes luck out of the equation. So we're going to give him a 10 there. And as far as the hobby ecosystem, he's the face of the hobby. He's the face of the league, 3-time MVP, back-to-back MVPs. Plays in New York. He's the captain. Easy 10 here. So sum it all up. Speakeasy total score of 44, the highest, of course, that we've given out thus far. He is getting up there. He's going to be 34, playing most of the season at age 34. So are we going to start to see a decline in any of these numbers? I don't know. I talked about ground ball percentage in my other videos and the MLB average. So MLB average ground ball, players are hitting 44.2% of the time. Aaron Judge, 33.5, which means he's hitting line drives. He's hitting fly balls things that drive home runs, drive the hobby, drive the highlights, and make him the collectible player and icon that he is. So let's put him on the Speakeasy big board. What we look at on the left is how many total points they've scored. What we look at on the bottom is their price of their Topps Gold rookie card, the average price over the last 30 days. One thing I didn't mention in the last couple of videos, the size of the circle is determined by the number of sales. So that's why Aaron Judge's circle is a little bit smaller. Obviously, it's a higher price, so it's not going to move as much as a Ben Rice or an Elly. But a couple of things we can take away from this. We knew Aaron Judge was going to have a high point total and where he was going to land on the board. But I think what this says more about Ben Rice than it does about Aaron Judge is Ben Rice, if we look at his total points, he's only 6 points behind. And look at how much cheaper his gold card is. So something to take into account, that here's a guy that doesn't strike out a lot and is doing all the right things. He was an older rookie last year at age 26. But he does a lot of good stuff. And I'm not saying that he's going to turn into Aaron Judge, but he's doing the right things. He's putting up some numbers, and he's someone to keep an eye on. But back to Judge, we knew that what to expect here, but I wanted to have him as a benchmark so that as we add other players to the big board, we can kind of compare and contrast of what we have. Looking at market movers and the volume over the last 30 days, what do we have here? Number of sales, almost 3,000 Aaron Judge cards have sold over the last 30 days. Volume up about 15%. Price change up about 3%. So not really any huge swings there. Prices are staying about the same. Volume is going up a little bit, but nothing huge. I mean, Aaron Judge is a future Hall of Famer. He's on that path. There's nothing to be said about that. So I think that he's a pretty safe guy to be throwing in the vault, and that's exactly where I'm putting my Aaron Judge cards. Everything that I get of his is going in the vault for a long-term hold, maybe to pass down to my son. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of any of them. My standards for the vault is you have to score 40 or plus. Once you score that, you're in the vault. Everything else, 30 to 39, you go in the stash box if I'm interested in collecting you. So Aaron Judge, easy vault candidate here, and that's where his cards are headed for me, the ones that I have and the ones that I want to pick up. So as I've gotten back into the hobby, I don't have an Aaron Judge rookie card, and these are the ones that I would like to get. I don't know if I'm going to swing and pick them all up, or if I'm going to get some variations of them. First up here, we have the Aaron Judge Gold rookie card numbered out of 2017, as they are in their rookie year. So this is a raw one. You can pick them up. The average is about $400 over the past 30 days. I may just get a base Topps or Topps Chrome I don't know if there's any graded tag ones. I do like tag as far as a grading company, but I'm willing to pick up like a Chrome or something in a PSA 9. I would consider that depending on how it looks. So that's something that I'm considering right now. What else? Bowman Chrome. So this was his first Bowman Chrome. I believe it's out of 2013, and it doesn't have the first designation on it. I guess there was some type of production error that year, which is too bad because I would love to have seen first on this Bowman Chrome. But so this one I just looked up is averaging about $232 for this particular card, and I would love to grab this one. And finally, we have our Bowman Chrome Refractor rookie card, and this is numbered out of 499, and these are going to run about $700. So definitely not on the cheaper side, but there are different kind of variations that you can pick up. You could go with non-gold, you could go with non-refractor, you could go with non-chrome. You could get a PSA 9, 8, 10, whatever floats your boat. And that might be what I do, different combinations to start out as I build the collection. And then I can always kind of move them and move into bigger cards as time goes on, which is what I may do. My son's a huge Aaron Judge fan, so I would like nothing more than to start collecting some of the rookie cards and getting in on those. I don't think it's too late. I think that given Aaron Judge's production and what he's got left in the tank, the sky's the limit. Hall of Fame is going to drive prices. So whether you're investing, collecting, whatever you're doing, Aaron Judge, I think, is a safe bet that he's going to continue to be on the rise. And what I'm doing with building my collection and my vault collection is picking guys that I think are Hall of Famers or on that trajectory, or guys that I like. I wouldn't call myself an investor. I'm a collector, but I definitely want my stuff to hold value so that I can move it and maybe move into bigger cards as time goes on. So that's my goal with my collection and my hobby, and I'll go through all my cards maybe on a show one day. But drop a comment below. Let me know, what do you guys think about Aaron Judge? Is he somebody that you're collecting or interested in collecting? And who would you guys like to see me do more videos about? Drop a comment below, let me know. And as always, there are some affiliate links down below that will take you to the searches of these individual cards if you're looking to pick any of these up. I will put them in the description below. Definitely helps out the channel if you click over there and decide to pick anything up. But appreciate you stopping by, and until next time, keep collecting.